How are we growing? Haven't you ever wondered, what is life? We are living in a very transcendental time. The continued advancement of technology over the past few decades has opened a whole new door of endless possibilities, and it brings us to face new challenges on an elevated plane of existence, somewhere in between natural consciousness and artificial intelligence. Sentience is the sense of self that we each hold deep within us, connecting our spirit and soul into what we humans have come to know as our being. We are aware that we are alive, and we acknowledge that we are awake. We hold a concept of autonomy and free will, but we often fail to consider that our actions have consequences. It's as if we know not what we do while doing what we know. Luckily, we can learn from our experiences and grow. Every day is an opportunity to make a change. And while we may not have solutions to all our problems, we can identify them and make an honest analysis to see what has happened. This practice allows space for opportunity and welcomes progress. Beyond the restrictions of religion and the curtains of cultural conditioning, many people all over the world experience the same things, cyclically, to different degrees and on their own unique paths in their own timing. In the U.S. right now, it is 2025, but in Ethiopia, it is 2017, and in North Korea, it is 114. We all exist simultaneously in a never-ending energetic web of quantum entanglement, regardless of what calendar we use to relate to each day. In the moment, we are all here, in essence, entities of our own mind, heart, and body. In recent years, the way our species communicates and forms bonds and relationships has changed. The way we interact with one another, how we conduct business, and our currencies and our economy have undergone some enormous changes throughout civilization on a global scale. Although the laws of nature and the drastic rise in sciences have provided us with a plethora of information pertaining to all that can be seen and observed, all these upgrades and devices have opened up a new gateway into the unknown and all that can't be seen with a naked eye. Behind the veil, all our human experiences are driven by energetic forces that travel through, merge, and blend with many other waves to create a collective frequency within nature. In this state, people are becoming more spiritual in their quest for purpose, the meaning of life, right? Many in the world are suffering. People are starving, homeless, in poverty and pain. How will the affairs of the world work out? And will it be in the favor of the people or for the programs that promote the products meant to carry out the processes? In getting back to basics, we can identify the three lenses which we all perceive the world through. The first lens is realism. This encompasses materialism and includes everything that can be seen and touched. But now we know that what we see isn't always what we get, and what we feel may not always be real. Supernaturalism is the space where we believe that miracles do happen, that we are witnesses to life's synchronicities and patterns. A higher power must exist, a psychic connection is possible, and magical mystics and wondrous wizards walk among us every day, presenting themselves to the world in numerous ways. Idealism reflects our goals. In a perfect world, how we dream and hope for things to be is what sets the bar for change and gives direction in our decisions. What do we want? And more importantly, why? The intent behind our actions matters the most in integrating our emotions and feelings into our behavior. It must have heartfelt meaning to motivate your functions. So what does it mean to you? What is your fuel? And what strikes your matchstick? We all hold a fire within us, and every star shines because it burns bright. The first step in the backtrack of existence leads us to the study of atoms and then guides us through the nature of substance. How does energy behave? How does it operate? Many key phrases and concepts demonstrate this theology and our popular beliefs about it. You get what you give. Karma is a bitch. What goes around comes around. I give it to God. Let the universe handle it. History repeats itself. The last one is the kicker, because it is where we acknowledge doing the same thing over and over again, even though we're being pulled to evolve our thinking and surpass the surface level of everything. The root of our reactions and responses to stimulation come from a place within us where we have developed conditional attachments. Now, I don't like to use the phrase trauma, so I choose to rephrase them into troubling human experiences. Things that are never coincidence always seem like chaos. However, it seems many have become stuck on knowing what to expect based upon our previous experiences. So much so that we forget we hold the power within the present moment to turn a corner and head towards the future with better intent, making a more positive impact. The angle at which we approach and release these stones set along our path set the tone for raising our inner vibration overall. As the entire planet collectively begins to engage in this energetic paradigm shift, people everywhere are starting to notice a more prominent change in consciousness, which is beginning to blend the values of belief systems, leading to a better shared understanding that while we may be different, we are also all the same. We are now entering a space where we recognize that we are all one, which is an acronym I coined to define ancestors of love and light operating natural energy. I hope you'll join me on this journey of deeper thinking. If you're ready to take the plunge, proceed to the next video and continue with my discussion on the esoteric teachings of Alice Bailey. This is Coincidental Chaos. I am a light, and thus I stand.